Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Pharmacypedia. In the previous session, we discussed about the basics and general introduction for the parenteral products. In this session, we are going to further discuss about the production procedures, aseptic condition maintenance, and other parts which are very important in the manufacturing of the parenteral products. There are certain conditions to be met up, certain requirements to be fulfilled when we need to manufacture the parenteral products. So let us try to understand each and every stage associated with the parenteral products production. So in this session, we are going to discuss and learn about three facts. First, about the production procedures, how do we do the maintain controls and facilities for the production and manufacturing of the parenteral products, and further we are going to learn the importance of the aseptic processing in the manufacturing of the parenteral products. So this is the overview flowchart depicting the production procedure as a whole process. So when we try and when we think of manufacturing the parenteral production facilities, we have to keep three things in the mind. The first is the raw material, second is the equipment, and third is about the container closure system. So when we talk about the parenteral products, they have to be completely sterilized. Since parenteral products are injected out and they give the 100% bioavailability, it has to be ensured during the production process that they are completely sterile. So each and every operations before going ahead for the production, for example, about the raw materials and the API, they have to be completely sterile. The equipment which will be used for the manufacturing of these parenteral products have to be completely sterilized, and the container closure, the final packing in which the parenteral products will be packed out, have to be completely sterilized. So nowadays there are technologies for the packing up of the production parenteral products like blow fill seal technology, whereby they are being formed immediately, then they are being filled up, and then they are being labeled out. So my dear students, you have to understand this dosage forms require special attention. It requires special maintenance of the standards, since it is a special dosage form. So three things very important are the material management, which comprises of the raw material and the API. Second, about the equipment facilities, personal documentation part, and the skilled manpower required for the manufacturing of these parenteral products. So once they have been manufactured, they go for the bulk analysis. Then once they have been filled up into the packing systems in the containers, they have to be completely sterilized. The processing, the filling up part has to be completely in the aseptic zones, and then they have to be tested for the quality control testing. Then they are being evaluated for different parameters. Then they are being finally labeled out and sent to the warehouse for the distribution. So when we do the manufacturing for the parenteral products, there is a internal assessment of all the raw materials, of all the API. Then then we need to select what kind of the water is being used for the production of these parenteral products. Three types of water which are being used for the production of the parenteral products are like water for injection, sterile water for injection, and bacteriostatic water for injection. So the water which is being used and for the production of parenteral products have to be completely sterilized and as per the pharmacopoeial standards. So once you have selected out the water, whether it is purified water, water for injection, or sterile water for injection, or bacteriostatic water for injection, then they have to be prepared. So the production involves the incorporation of the active pharmaceutical ingredient along with the excipients into the water for injection. Then once it is being parenteral production has been taken place, then it goes out for the sampling and the testing part. Then they are being filled up into the desired containers under the aseptic processing, and then they are being sterilized further, and then they are being tested out and evaluated, and then being packed and stored. So this is the flow chart of the working procedure for the parenteral products. This diagram will show you the flow of material. So while beginning the process, you have to take three things into account. First is about the raw material, second about the processing equipments, and third about the container component. So all of them together contributes to the total sterility of the product. My dear students, you can understand if any of the stage remains is not sterilized properly, then it can contribute to the contamination. So while manufacturing the parenteral products, we have to be very sure, we have to maintain the very conditions in a very standard way as per the pharmacopoeia standards, as per the regulatory requirement, to ensure that the product which we finally obtain is completely sterile. That can only be done if we are very much alert at each and every stage. So when we talk about the raw material, it has to be compounded up very well, then it needs to be filtered up, then it goes in for the sterilization. For the processing equipment, before beginning for the process of production of the parenteral product, it needs to be sterilized. Container components have to be sterilized prior hand before going for the filling process. So once the product has been manufactured, then it is being filled out, then it is being sterilized again, then it is being sealed out and packaged out. So testing and evaluations are being done at each stage by the quality control department for the various tests, for the component test, container component test also, to ensure that the product which have been manufactured is completely sterile. When we talk about the processing of the parenteral preparation, manufacturing of the parenteral preparation, it has to be in various stages and various steps. It starts from the cleaning of the container closures and equipment. So when we take about like glass vials, we have to also keep the cleaning part for our rubber closings and other caps. Even for the plastic containers, it has to be totally sterile. So once the material has been collected out, the preparation of parenteral product is being started, then it is being filtered using the 0.22 micron filter in order to ensure that it is completely free of microorganisms. Then the product which is being prepared out is filled up in the containers. The containers are being sealed out to ensure that there is no contamination. Then it is being sterilization. So like once it has been prepared, it moves to the sterilization to ensure that it is getting terminal sterilization. Then the product prepared is checked and evaluated for the various parameters, which not only includes the testing for the excipients, for the APIs, for your overall product, but also for the container system, that it should not contribute any sort of the contamination in the product. So my dear students, you must understand that when we talk about the parenteral product, you have to maintain the aseptic condition. Every production house has maintained a separate set of the conditions for the parenteral products, because they are entering into the bloodstream directly, and they have to be totally free of microorganisms. Pyrogen testings are being conducted out. So you have to be very particular when you manufacture the parenteral products. So the process starts from the cleaning of containers and equipments. When we talk about the rubber closures, they have to be specifically cleaned with 0.5% sodium pyrophosphates. Then the collection of material from the preparation of the parenteral products. So parenteral products are either manufactured in the forms of the solutions, in the emulsions, suspensions. So while making up the process, one has to ensure that water for injection, or purified water, or sterile water for injection, as described in the individual monographs, have been used. And believe, my dear students, that the water is of utmost priority when we consider for the production of the parenteral product, because it is that part, it is in which all your solids, all your API, all your excipient goes into. So you have to maintain the sterility not only for these raw materials in the case of parenteral, but you have to be very much conscious about your water for injection. Then the complete, once it has been solubilized, the formulation has been prepared out as per the conditions, as in specified as per the protocol, then it moves for the filtration process. When we go for the filtration, because we not only do the sterilization before but also after the product has been manufactured, but the filtration imparts that extra care that all the microorganisms, if somehow entered, has been filtered out. So the filter size is 0.22 microns to ensure that every microorganism is being filtered out. So the next stages involve the filling of the preparation into the final containers. Nowadays, we have the BFS technologies, blow, fill and seal technology, whereby from the polymer granules only, the containers are being prepared out and simultaneously they are being filled out. This process helps in the maintaining the aseptic conditions, because otherwise, if you have the preoccupied plastic wares or preoccupied containers, they need to be sterilized and they need to be maintained in a proper way. So to avoid that sort of the contamination being added up by the products, the technologies have been sophisticated nowadays, and BFS technology ensures that no sort of the contamination occurs from the packaging material. Then once the product has been filled out into the containers, the next stage involves the sealing of the containers. Now sealing has to be thorough. It has to be done immediately after the filling into the aseptic environments. So once it has been filled out, then we go ahead for the terminal sterilization. So for almost all the thermostable substances, the parental products are sterilized by autoclaving method at different temperatures and pressures. For the heat sensitive or the moisture sensitive material, they are being sterilized by exposure to ethylene oxide or propylene oxide gas. So my dear students, once it has been thoroughly sterilized, it moves for the evaluation of the different parental preparations. So various evaluation parameters, not only for the formulation but also for the container and packaging material, are being performed. For example, for the formulation, we check for the sterility test, we check for the clarity test, we check for the leakage test, pyrogen test, and we conduct the assay of the API. And for the packaging test also, we perform several different tests to ensure that the packing material is not adding anything or any sort of the contamination into the formulation. Then it is being packaged and labeled out properly. There will have to be certain controls, certain checks to be maintained at each and every stage of the processing of the parental products. For example, all the manufacturing areas designed have to be completely sterile. They have to have that aseptic processing. And this operation is continuously done in order to maintain that cycle. That manufacturing environment is created in such a way that it is totally sterile for testing, for manufacturing. HEPA filtered air is used in the manufacturing areas. So higher level of control, higher sterile rooms are being constructed, sterile room 1000 or sterile room 10,000, to ensure that there is least contamination. Then the product types and makeups and the stages of the manufacturing also involves a lot of care and assessments. Materials and personal flow have been designed in such a way to have that maximum efficiency and minimum contamination, so that there are no chances of the product mix-ups and concurrent companions. Moreover, the campaign manufacturing of the area equipment clearance and the labeling system is maintained in such a way that each and every process is clean, tables are sterile, there should be skilled manpower to ensure that they touch only the sterile part, the movement of the person working over there is very much controlled, and the entry and exit are controlled in a way that it ensures that everything goes in place, and the edges of anything are have to be sterile. So total sterility is being maintained out, and every step has to be done in a way that it remains a continuous cycle. So one product has manufactured, then the area is thoroughly cleaned up before going ahead for the second manufacturing. So the production procedures have been arranged in such a way that there is total sterility while doing the operation. So sterile areas are continuously kept in view, and sterile persons keep well within the sterile areas. Thank you so much for watching my video. My dear students, you must understand that by manufacturing the parental product dosage form, this is the dosage form which requires highest level of the prevention for the contamination, and the production houses are constructed in such a way that they are maintain adequate level of standards as per the regulatory requirements for the equipments, for the APIs, for the excipients, and even for the packaging system, because packaging system nowadays have been more laboratory researched out, since it has been observed that it adds also to the contamination. So all these things are controlled, their movements are controlled, and aseptic processing is being maintained so as to ensure that the product we get is totally free from any sort of the contamination. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please do like, share and subscribe to my channel Pharmacypedia for getting further updates. Thank you.